that's video. Okay, cool.
Here we go.
Audio, and we got to kill this and put up a new tab and close that. Oh, I'm not logged into Feud. Let me do that real quick.
Oh yeah.
Play.
Is the Dunsters in there? You're already in the Feud.
No, I barely logged in just now.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Right before you looked.
Like, I'm already seeing you in there, buddy.
Literally clicked it as you were getting in, I think. Yeah, I haven't seen Dunaway yet. I've talked to him last night. I know he's good.
Yeah.
So
yeah. He'll get in here.
I am sure we will see him today.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Oh, Discord quit trying to change my audio input. 1 second here. Okay, there we go. All right. This is it. Put your chicken in the oven, everybody. The show's beginning in 3, 2, 1.
The 1860s was a decade in which one of the most terrible civil wars in history was to begin and end. But far from the bloody fields of Gettysburg and Shiloh, changes which were to alter forever the face of the American West had already begun.
We thought you was a toad.
The Morning Stream. Hey, don't shoot. We're peaceful. Honest to God, all right?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to TMS. It's the Morning Stream for Wednesday, February 8th, 2023. I'm Scott, and that's Brian.
Hello to you, Scott.
You know what I just realized? Our chat room never gets to see. Usually when the music starts, Brian, because he's a musical guy, he can't help but boogie a little bit. You know,
I do. I always like to dance to the opening themes, no matter which one it is, whether it's the Bo Schwartz or the
sure, even our mid show thing. This thing, you'll boogie to that sometimes.
That one, yep.
And you guys don't get to see it because we have a little holder screen up and they don't see it.
Just for Scott. Yep, yeah, Scott's the only one. And I always manage to put all my clothes back on before he turns my camera on. It's great.
Well, from the waist up anyway. It's fine.
Well, yeah.
No. Whoops.
Don't make me get anything from back there today, Scott.
Hey, Brian, let's take a closer look at that minifig Marvel thing. Anyway, it's nice to have you all here. Thank you for joining us. We're here, and we got stuff to talk about. Mostly you guys have stuff to talk about. I've been getting a crazy amount of voicemails lately, which, we've been asking for, so that makes sense, I guess.
Good.
And we got an important one here from somebody who I think they've just shown their true fandom to all things TMS and Frog Pants, and I just want to share what this guy said. So this comes from, let's see if I can find where I put the dude. There he is. Guy who got a tattoo, and I'll let him explain.
What's up, Scott and Brian? Ian from San Diego. This one's for the morning stream. A while back, I sent in a picture of my tattoo of a really stupid dad joke that Scott mentioned on the show. He said, if you get a thermos tattooed on you, is that your thermostat? And so I got a thermos tattooed on me. It's on my ankle. I'll send you guys a picture if you want to see it. I joke with my kids all the time. I have 2 daughters that it's the only of my 500 tattoos that they're not allowed to touch. Anyway, Brian, go pee. Love you, peepoos. Shake your runs, though. See ya.
Love it. Love you, peepoos, he says. That's awesome, and I would like to see a photo of this. That would be great.
I'm curious about why it's the only tattoo of his 500 that his daughters aren't allowed to touch. Is that what he said?
Yeah, because he said it's on the back of his calf, so it's not like in some weird place. It's not in a swimsuit place or something.
Right, exactly. Yes.
So I don't know. We need more explanation about that, but also a photo would be nice. I think that's amazing, and I would love to see your tattoo.
Oh, geez, of course. Don't touch the thermostat. Now I get it. Okay.
Oh, right. Shit.
Thanks, Dr. Calhoun. Yeah,
gosh dang it. He's right. Dr. Calhoun saved the day. That is exactly it.
Yeah.
How did we not see that coming down the street?
I don't know how we. Yeah.
We claim to be quality morning podcasters. What is this? Horrible, man. That's amazing.
I'm actually the one who doesn't touch the thermostat in this house. Tina sets the temperature. Even though we have one of these automatic, it's not Nest, but it's one made by Carrier that works apparently better with our setup. and it's automatic. I'm fine just letting it be, letting it do its thing. Oh, it's cold. Great. Guess what? It's warming things up. Oh, it's warm. Oh, it's cooling things off. It's fine.
Yeah.
Tina feels like she needs to go there and like, I need to make it 1 degree cooler. Or I need to make it 1 degree warmer.
That means she doesn't trust the technology and trust the computer.
She doesn't.
Get it
no,
right.
that's a common thing with her.
Yeah.
She's
skeptical. I get it. Skepticism is a healthy thing occasionally. You gotta
totally.
Gotta,
but when you're married to me, who has technology and has echoes all over the place, that all you have to do is tell it what you want, and 7 times out of 10, it does the thing that you want it to do. She still does a lot of things manually and doesn't trust the tech.
Well, here's my problem. Similar issue. Kim controls the thermostat 100% in this house, but it's an Echo B automatic, all kinds of auto functions, right? Like yours. It's it can kind of just do its thing. Here's the problem. She micromanages it when she's like, well, tonight it's going to be 42 degrees, so I'm going to put that thing at a much lower thing than I would normally, because then it'll be a nice cool air, whatever. Like, it always has a reason why she does it, but she's still also tweaking with it all the time. And I think the whole idea of this thing is set it and forget it.
Yeah, I
right?
think so. Exactly. And if she want it to be a cool temperature at night while you guys are sleeping, then set it to be a cool temperature
at
like
night.
Get into the app and just set like the evening temperatures to be cooler. It's sad that these things aren't like TikTok and they learn like, you do this at this time and you do this, and like figure out your
do an algorithm based on behavior.
Algorithm. Exactly. Yes.
Here's the other thing too. Like in the summer, I'm calling her out a little bit on this. In the summer, she's like, well, I'm going to have it at 80. I'm like, honey, why don't you put it at 72? Then it's like proper indoor temperature. She's like, well, I don't want the air conditioner to work so hard. And I said, well, no, it only has to work hard once to get to where it needs to be, and then it maintains.
Yeah.
So it's on and off until it's on while it's 72 and it's creeping up. So, we're on now for air conditioning. Okay. Oh, it's 72 again. Okay, we're off for a while until the temperature rises again.
Yeah.
The same exact thing happens at 80. So if it's 80 degrees, if it's 100 degrees outside, as soon as it hits 80, it'll kick on. Or 81, it'll kick on. And then when it goes back down to 80, it'll turn off again. Identical behavior.
Right.
You just set the number where you want it to be. It's not going to work any harder unless, I guess, if you started it at 3 o'clock in the afternoon at the hottest point of the day and then said, well, I'm going all the way back to 72, baby. It's currently 90 in the house.
Well, that's the question. If you want it to be, so never mind. It's going to just take itself back down to 80. Yeah, I guess.
Take it. It'll just sit there and hover. Like wherever you put it, it stays and hovers. The only
what's your ideal temperature? 72. Then just set it so that it stays at 72, and it'll go. Once it hits 73, down to 72, and it'll stop.
Yeah, and if you put it at 80, the same behavior. It's exactly the same, except it's hot now in the house.
Yeah,
that's the only difference. I cannot convince her otherwise. It doesn't matter what I say about that one. And look, Kim and I have an amazing marriage. We're happy all the time. No infighting. It's all good. But when it comes to that thermostat, boy, does that stereotype hold. Woo, boy. Except it's usually the dad. So.
And Tina's just as bad in the car with it too. Like I have in my Kia Soul, there's a button marked auto. I set it to the temperature I want, and let's say, it's set to 70 or 69, 71, right around there. It's a little too cold. I'll turn it up one little notch, and then it'll be 71, and it'll be fine, right?
Yeah.
She's like, up to 73, then down to 67, then up to 73.
I like the sound.
Yeah, that's the sound it makes when she turning the knob 3 clicks is really
like freaking F1 race. I love it. The thing is, like, and for anyone living in somewhere other than the U.S. and England, we don't know what your space points are for this. We're not going to figure it out. Okay?
Yeah, we
don't know.
Yeah.
When we say 72, you say 30 something. I don't know what you say. Whatever you say.
Yeah, and as we've said before, we'd much rather use your space points. If the whole world agreed on the space points, we'd much rather agree to your space points.
Oh, yeah, and I know the UK has the freaking Celsius. I get it. I know, but they're weird over there because they're like stuck in the middle. They still do miles.
Yeah.
But they'll do some They'll do some metric over here, a little bit of mileage. What do they call that? What's the old one? The King's version? What that we do inches?
It's called. Imperial.
Imperial.
Units.
I was gonna say Unitarian. What the hell did that come from?
Yeah, it's Unitarian.
Jeez.
Non-denominational. Sure.
Fantastic. But anyway. So anyway, my point is we love you people, and we're not trying to leave you out by talking Fahrenheit.
No, not at all. Like I said, I'd prefer Celsius. Were you talking Kelvin when you were talking the space points?
You know what? Always when I'm talking Kelvin, I'm talking space points.
Okay,
And also, I'm talking when I say Microsoft. What do you call shit? What are those called? I used to call them Microsoft space points. Forgot what they were called.
Oh, that. Yeah, I don't know that.
It's gotten away from me.
Clippies. They're called Clippies.
Clippies. I have 4 Clippies. Will you trade me one of your Unitarian space points? Anyway, so there's that. We got one other call, and this one is an ethical question that only we can answer, I think. We've had enough discussions on the show about parking lots. I feel like we have some expertise in the area.
Yeah.
You know? And I know you're going to have a thought on this because of all the people I know, you're a pretty conscientious driver.
I spend a lot of time in parking lots, Scott.
Yeah, lots of time. Lots of time.
I'm a very conscientious driver. However, I think every other driver on the road is on drugs. So
yeah, that's true.
That is me practicing for when I'm 70, and everybody's on drugs. It's
going pretty well so far.
Pot.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right, so here's that call and question.
This is something that's been bugging me, and maybe it's a little bit of argument between my wife and myself. I call it parking lot etiquette. So you pull into a parking lot and you've got
hold on.
aisles.
Pause it for a second.
Yeah.
And we'll have to back up a little bit. He sounds a little bit like young Ron Swanson.
Oh my Lord, he does kind of now.
Yeah.
All right, let's
try back up a little bit.
Let's back up a tiny bit. Here we go.
Argument between my wife and myself. I call it parking lot etiquette.
He's like a faster speaking Ron Swanson.
Yes, exactly.
Little hot, like
all the parking lot etiquette you have.
Yeah, it's like he's on 1.5 on the podcast player is what he's at. That's the only difference.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, here we go.
So you pull into a parking lot and you've got aisles and you've got spaces that you pull into. Lately, I've seen a lot of people that pull into the space and then they pull through so they're facing out on the opposite side. Myself, sure. I pull in, I stop at the side I'm supposed to pull in, stop there, and then when I leave, I back out and I pull away. My problem is sometimes I'm going down the aisle and I go to pull in and somebody from the other side is pulling through and then I can do like a bumper to bumper little nudge. So question to you, if you want to take it up as a conversation, how should this be settled? Should we just pull in or should we be pulling through? Or maybe even some people back into a parking spot. I know it's easier to pull out, but I don't know. It's been bugging me, and when I see people do it, it bothers me. So Chuck B63 on Twitter is who I am, and I'll be listening if you want to talk about it. Thanks.
Okay. So,
this is such a good question.
Yeah, it's really good. We've never talked about it either, which is funny because we talk about all inane daily life things on the show, but
yes, exactly.
This has never come up. So give me your hot take, Brian.
First and foremost, if you're like our King Soopers parking lot has the rows are one way, and that's because the spaces are a little bit angled. Mm-hmm. So in cases like that, even though the angle goes through to the other side, that means if you do the pull through, you have to make a sharper turn to get to be facing the right way. So never on the angled parking do you go all the way through. That's bad.
All right. I get it.
If a spot is open on the other side, I say pull through. I'm totally fine with the pull through, and then you're facing out. I don't do the whole back in parking. I think the only time I ever do that is if I'm parking up like Red Rocks, where I know that there's going to be a lot of traffic all at the same time, everybody trying to get out at the same time. Then I will do the back end so that when that row is full of people and somebody's nice enough to let me out, I don't have to try to navigate backwards to get in front of them to go forwards again. I'd much rather pull forward and join the flow of traffic.
Sure.
Now, as much as I'm a fan of the pull through, Tina and I had the experience a few months ago, going to a Broncos game, we parked at the light rail parking lot, and it's full. Like the parking lot's full, right? It's like, oh my God, where are we gonna find a spot? Finally, I see a spot, and I start heading down there. And as I'm turning into it, another car has pulled in to the other side. It's a two spots. It's both sides are open. They pull in, and they're starting to pull through into my side. I'm about a quarter of the way in. They're like a quarter of the way into the spot on my side, but they pulled in on the other side.
Yeah.
I stared them down, and I did not budge. I made it clear that I was not going to back out and go and try and find something else. It's like, nope. If you back out, we both get a spot. If I let you pull forward, then I'm out of luck, and you just have a spot. It's not cool. So I stayed put. I did not budge, and he finally, maybe after, it was like 30 seconds. It seemed like
long 30 seconds though, right? Like
long 30 seconds. Yeah. And he realized that I wasn't moving.
Yeah.
He was getting no purchase in this spot.
No.
So he finally backed up, and I pulled all the way in, and then we ended up sitting right next to him on the light rail.
No
and
way,
I kind of wanted to say, hey, I should have said, hey, thanks for backing up and letting me have that spot. I didn't want to go driving around looking for more of a spot, but I figured just in case he was really ticked off at me, and sports ball people can get kind of salty.
Yeah.
So
we're just like dogs. You've seen that video of that dog where there's a gate, and on one side of the gate is a dog going, and on the other side of the gate is a dog going, and then they pull the gate away, and the two dogs just kind of get up next to each other and kind of go.
Tails are wagging.
Yeah,
and
everything's fine. And then they put the gate up again, and they. What you just described is one of those, I think.
Kind of, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
totally.
We're all just creatures of whatever that is. All right, so that's a good example. I think you did the right thing, by the way. There, 100%. Right. I would have done that.
Yep.
And it would have been the right thing for him to not force it and try to sit there for 30 seconds. He should have backed out and said, "Meh," and waved and said, "Oh, okay, not this time." Here's the thing. I have done the pull through, but only in one circumstance will I do that. And that's when you're going to the gym early in the morning, or you're some weird time of day, or you're at a store that gets barely any traffic, and the parking lot is sporadically filled at best, like just lots of open slots. You can park anywhere. You don't really have limits. And so if I see that situation and I'm like, well, it's going to be easier for me to pull out if I pull through over here, I'll do that because there aren't cars behind me, in front of me, next to me, anywhere. It's just me. I'll do that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Heck yeah.
But if it's a busy parking lot, I don't feel good about that at all, pulling through.
And in the converse, I would have done exactly what the guy did. If I pulled into a spot and I saw somebody was coming into it from the right way, I would back up, let him have the spot. We both have a parking spot.
Right.
Yeah, I'll pull through if it's available. If there's not other cars, like if there's not a car coming down the aisle towards the spot I just took, I won't do the pull through. But if, like you say, it's relatively empty, nobody's around, we'll do the pull through.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, here's one other thing I won't do that my friend Andrew did every time we went anywhere. By the way, this is the You Can Eat Rice story guy. This is that Andrew.
Sure. Oh, okay, that Andrew. Yep.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He'll be, if he's driving and we go to the mall, which we did a lot back in the day and we were hanging out all the time, he, without fail, the mall parking lot would have one-way only kind of parking. So you go up the one way. If you don't see anything, you can turn around, go around the other one. Angled, exactly. They're all angled to be pulled into. Without fail, regardless of day, time, how busy the mall was.
Yeah.
In his fancy Mercedes or whatever the hell he spent too much money on, he absolutely every time went through the wrong way. Every time.
Oh.
Every time. And I would sit next to him and go, dude, someone's going to finally like pull a shotgun out or something. You're going to piss somebody off. And he's like, what are you even talking about? It's all the same. And I'm like, it's not the same. You can't go this way.
I'd call it an unwritten rule of courtesy, but it's written. It's written on the ground in the parking lot in white arrows.
Yeah, big giant arrows. Some of them freshly painted. You can't avoid them, they say. And when they're pointing at you, that's not them saying, hey, you, come in here. They're saying, don't come this way.
Right.
It's so dumb, dude. I did, and after a while, I'm pretty sure he just did it to annoy me, honestly. I felt like, because he always wanted to drive. He was like, oh, let me drive. I'm like, okay, fine. And then we get close to the mall. I'm like, you're going to do it again. You're going to do it again. And then he'd pull in. I go, dude, you're doing it again. He's like, oh, come on. It's fine. Look at this parking spot. We got a really good one right up next to the thing.
So playing into the stereotype, do you think he did that because he was in a Mercedes? Like if he was in a Ford Focus, would he? I know you think. Oh no, you had a Fiesta, didn't you?
I had a. Well, back then I had a. What did I have then? No, I had a Honda Civic then.
Gotcha.
I think it's a fine. It's a respectable car, but in his case, was he doing it because of that? There's a part of me, let's call it a percentage point of 62% chance that yes, he was doing that because he was in his Mercedes.
I mean, it could also be like less that he did it because he had a Mercedes, but he had the Mercedes and did that because he was that kind of guy.
Yeah.
Like it's instead of it branching off the decision tree from the he has a Mercedes, therefore he does this, take it back one level to he is this type of person, therefore two branching aspects.
Yep.
I have a Mercedes and I drive the wrong way.
Yep. No, I can't argue with that. That's actually true. And the thing is, I love Andrew. If he's listening, you're the best.
Of course.
Friends for life. But he would do stuff like this. He's the kind of guy that would get in an HOV lane with his pregnant wife so that if he got pulled over, he could claim there were three people in the car or whatever it is. But, just think of a thing like that. And he would come up with like a plan to get it done and then smile the whole time he's doing it. So just the kind of guy he was. Anyway, but we both had an undying love of electronic music. So that's what brought us together, even though we drove very differently. Anyway. Well, thanks for the calls, guys. We love these. 801-471-0462. Keep these coming. That phone number is always there for you if you want to leave us a voicemail. We got a couple more queued up for tomorrow. And love hearing from you that way. So keep those coming.
I love it. It's like a call now, but it's not now. It's call then, and we'll answer now.
Yeah, it's call. Yeah. It's
you call now, but we won't answer now.
That's right.
We'll answer in our now, but you call now.
What did we call it when we started using TiVos and then streaming came? We had a word for this.
It was time shifted.
Yeah, we like your time shifted call now is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Yeah, I like it a lot. Anyway, but don't call now because I'm not answering that phone. But I do want you to do this. We're about to play a game with Brian Dunaway, and when we do, if you want to be involved, you need to ping me on Discord. If you haven't already friended me there, it's Frog Pants. And then the number 1277, or you have to put the pound sign in there, pound sign 1277. But if you have already done it and you know who you are, send me a little ping. Doesn't matter what text you send me, just a little DM on Discord, and it can be whatever. I'm going to take today the third person. All right, I will speak to you in the third person, and I will take the third person. Whoever pings us third will be in today's event.
Scott is wanting you to play, is what you would say.
I would, yes, I want you to play.
Yes.
But I want
third person, yeah.
She said as she walked to the thing. Anyway, Dunaway, I called Dunaway and then he immediately hung up. Oh, there he is. All right, hold on. Let's do his music. Hey, Brian Dunaway. Welcome to Battle Royale / Tadpooley Feud. What are you doing? How are you?
Oh, hey, Scott and Brian. What are you guys doing?
Oh,
just chatting. Just hanging out, chatting about parking lots of tattoos.
Chatting.
Yeah. Would you do you pull through, Mr. South Carolina driver man? Do you pull through when when you're getting a parking space?
Let me tell you my least favorite place in the world to drive.
Yeah.
Parking lots.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I had a feeling. I had a feeling you were not a fan.
Through? I very rarely pull through, but if I have to, I will. People around, I don't know how it is where you live, but when it comes to parking lots, people seem to think that it's Mad Max time.
No kidding. It is an every man for themselves kind of situation.
It really is.
Mad Max
it's like,
time.
This isn't the regular road. I can do whatever I want. No rules apply here.
Yeah, not to you. Not to you.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Like
if you're coming through the parking lot going 50, which I don't know why you are, but you are for some reason.
Yeah.
And I'm at a dead standstill. And I can't see anything because I'm a person who's backing out of a parking spot and I can't see nothing. Or if I'm pulling forward because everybody around me drives SUVs. I have a normal sized car.
Yeah.
And everybody else has got like big monster truck cars.
Yeah.
So I can't see around them. So I'm going like 3 miles per hour. I can't see. You have a straight lane shot. You can see everything. But then you get mad at me when I try to creep out a little bit and lay on the horn.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude. I
Yeah.
can't see yet.
Yeah.
How about you not be an ass
Yeah.
and just go, oh, hello, fair person, come through.
Yeah, but I think we've
Yeah.
poked we've poked the bear. We poked
We
the
have.
bear.
I think we
Right, you poked
found
the bear.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Dunaway's
God.
Achilles heel.
Yeah,
And,
I didn't know your.
Oh, I get so mad in parking lots.
I didn't know your
Yeah.
kryptonite was involved in parking.
They
That's
pay
fantastic.
paradise and they put in a parking lot, and I hate it.
Yeah, I feel you. Well, let's find out what else they paid paradise with. One Tilizarel. Tally, welcome to the show. You were number 3 today.
Oh, Tally.
How do you feel being number 3? Hello?
3 is weird.
Oh, hi. 3 is
So
weird?
3 is
did you
Three
say?
is
Yeah.
fantastic.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
3, everything's better in 3s. You jump on Bowser 3 times. That's how you get him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zelda does this,
But
or Link does this all the time with Ganondorf or Ganon or whoever he's fighting. You know.
But it's also a crowd, I've heard.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
but
true.
it can be
Oh,
company
yeah.
if
Yeah.
you're the show
Oh.
that preceded the crowd.
That's right. And then the landlord will
Mhm.
think you're up to something all the time.
Yeah.
Boy, you really.
He's not wrong. That pastel shirt says so.
That's right.
No, it's a flowery shirt, isn't it?
Well, I'm glad you're here.
that mine?
You.
Mine is
Oh, yeah.
it's a sentinel. It's
It's
a
a pink
sentinel with
pink
a-
sentinel.
with a hot Psylocke next to it saying "Mutant Beach Party."
Are they traditionally pink in the comics? They are, right? Purple
Kind of.
pink.
It's like it's that kind of Jack Kirby purpley pink. Yeah.
Yeah. With
Yeah.
that cool cloud business he would put behind him and stuff.
I've got one over there. I don't have one super handy, but I've got
Over
one
there.
right
Wait,
there. That
you have
I
a
could-
figure like a little fig unit?
Oh, not little. It's a big ass sentinel.
Ooh, I want a
Oh
life-
my! Oh,
I want
dear.
a man size or even like a child size sentinel.
Yeah, I'll bring. Tell you what. During the song break, I'll grab it and show it to you over on the video here.
Boy, this is.
yeah.
The stuff I collect
Riveting.
from now on, I want them to be large versions. So if I get any more action figures, they got to be that big. That's what I want.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, makes sense.
Screw
All right,
these little ones.
cool.
Nobody wants that.
What? Praytell is an Ass-Sentinel.
An Ass-Sentinel?
Yeah.
Ass-Sentinel.
That's
yeah,
a guy
they,
keeping track of your
they're-
ass. You know.
That's right. It's instead of X-Men, it hunts ass-men.
Oh, okay.
Kramers.
Okay.
Hunting Kramers all day long.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, Brian Ibbett, why don't you explain these rules so that both Tally and the listening audience knows what's going on here?
Sure. Ooh, I've got a little bishop down there. Hey, it's time to play the Tadpooley Feud. I've surveyed the Tadpool on some nerdy topics, and Scott and Brian will have to predict the answers that they gave us. It's Scott and Brian's job to see how many of those answers they can guess. Now, Tally, your job is more important than ever because you're going to be working with either Scott or Brian, and if your team wins, you will get a prize package that includes Backbone, not the device, but a game called Backbone, and Toem, Toem, Toem.
Oh, Toem's good.
Tomei.
Yeah,
Toem.
make sure that's the one I'm thinking it is. It's a
Okay.
really cool game that I
Mel
have in my library.
Tomei.
Oh, yeah, it's weird. It's
Do you
cool.
write poems with Mr. T? Is that what Toem is?
I do.
My memory is this reviewed pretty well too. Let me just make sure this is what I think it is. Yeah, this got a 8 or 9 on IGN. It's a good game. It's very
Wow.
cool. Yeah,
Cool. All
kind of
right.
retro and weird. I like it a lot.
Well, Tally, those can be yours, but to do that, we have to get you on a side, and to figure out whose side you're going to be on, we have to get the game started. So let's get the game started. Put your hands on your buzzers. We asked 511 tadpoolers the following question, and one of them didn't even pass. They just put a hyphen. They just put a little dash as their answer. Like, I'm too lazy to even type the word pass. I'm just going to go beep and move on to the next question.
We're calling whoever that is hyphen from now on. Lame.
Exactly, hyphen. The good news is that everybody else, 510 people, had an answer for this, and it's a good one. Now, before I even tell you the question, I'm going to preface this as I do from time to time
God.
with, it doesn't matter how accurate the answers are, it matters what the
Gotcha.
tadpole said.
Okay. No, I appreciate
All
that.
right.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Put your hands on your buzzards and give me your answer to this. Name a movie franchise that has between 5 and 10 installments. Scott.
Star Wars.
All right. Did the tadpole say Star Wars? Yeah,
Number
they
one.
did. It was the number one answer.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, if you count just the Skywalker saga and you don't count Clone Wars and Solo as part of the Skywalker saga, which I guess you don't have to, then it's 9 movies. But,
Yeah, 9 total movies, which is still between 5 and 10, right?
It's still between 5 and 10. Yeah, but once you throw, that's what I'm saying. It's still in that sweet spot. But if you include Rogue One and everything like Skywalker Saga,
I see what
Solo,
you're
Rogue
saying.
One, and Clone Wars, then it's 12.
Okay.
Don't forget the Ewoks.
I appreciate. Oh yeah, don't forget Ewok Christmas special.
Oh,
I actually
yeah.
appreciate the Life Day special. I appreciate the clarification because this is going to determine a lot of what we do here, Tally. So this is good.
That's right.
All right.
All right. So number 1, that means you automatically get Tally. She will help you with answers.
All right,
And,
Tally. I'm putting my faith in you.
Yeah, Life Day, by the way, was the Wookiees. Caravan.
Oh, was it
of Courage
Wookiees?
was the Ewok.
Shit.
Yes.
Let's get those mixed up. They're both bad.
They are both bad.
But what was the Ewok one? That was for.
It was Caravan of Courage. It was not a Christmas special. It was just a made-for-TV movie starring the Ewoks.
Okay. Their cartoon was real bad. I remember that.
Yeah, I also didn't count TV movies and any of this stuff. So.
Oh, good. All right. No, that actually helps. Tally, anything jumping out in your head?
Well, Brian is like RuPaul, where if the host tells you something, you pay attention to it.
Oh, I thought you meant he is a drag queen, but I'm now I get.
Well, I'm not allowed to talk about that.
I do frequently tell Scott
Why
that he
can't
better
both
work
be
it.
true?
Yeah, both could be true. Brian can do whatever he wants in his parking
That's
lots.
right.
Yeah.
You know what I
The
mean?
library is open.
Yeah.
There are more than 10.
Yeah.
Well, and reading is fundamental.
Sure.
But there are more than 10. But I have a feeling Tadpole did say Star Trek because after Nemesis, it was.
Oh, good point.
They
and
stopped counting?
I'll bet you're
Yeah,
right.
well, after Nemesis, they rebooted it, so you could say it's Star Trek: The Non-Kelvin timeline.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh.
And it's always an opportunity when someone brings up
Smart.
Nemesis for me to mention that I really like Nemesis and it's overlooked. People should watch Nemesis. It's fantastic. All right. So, yeah, we'll go Star Trek. Let's
You
do
gonna go
Star
with that
Trek.
one? All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Show me Star Trek. Number 5, yeah. Tally, you got it exactly right. 6 original series movies, 4 TNG movies, and then 4 Kelvin. So if you just count TOS and TNG, you've got 10.
Wait,
And
4 Kelvin?
4 Kelvin.
4 Kelvin. Hold on. You got. No, I thought there were only 3. Only 3?
Why did it come up? Let me, because now it does feel like that's
She's
right.
right.
Hold
It's
on, I'm
like
pulling it up.
Into Darkness. The first one, Into Darkness, and then the one with the cool lady. in
Star
it.
Trek Beyond.
Yeah, which is the best one, by the way, and I'll die with those words in my mouth. I love that one.
Hold on, I want to make sure I get this. Why did it come up? That's really weird. Why did it come up as? Is there something in development?
Well, there is
Star
one.
Trek 4, yeah, to be announced, TBA.
Yeah,
I
don't know if
glanced.
that
I
was.
glanced and I counted 4, but yeah, Into Darkness, Beyond, and then Star Trek 4.
I'm sneaky feeling that thing's never going to happen, but I think right now it's still on tap, so it counts.
That's pretty sneaky, sis.
Okay,
I like.
so anyway.
How do you feel like James Bond? Tally, is that all right to say?
But are there more than 10?
There are, but
was about to
again,
say,
Tadpole,
way more than
right?
10.
Like Tadpole. What is their brain
I don't
telling
even
us?
think the tadpole is that weird.
Do you think they
I guess I should shut up.
paid attention
Do
to
it.
the numbers, though? You know what I mean? Like,
Do it.
I'm just going
You
off
know
that,
what?
Brian.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
just,
say it.
all right, let's do it, Bond.
Okay. All right, saying Bond, James Bond. Yeah. Show me how shaken and stirred the Tadpole is.
Ah!
Yeah. 25 movies if you don't count Never Say Never Again, which you should never count, and the original David Niven Casino Royale.
Man, I want to know how all these people did on their SATs in the math portion.
I know. Yes, exactly.
This is amazing.
Thank God, movies is probably
25
not a
is right
top.
between. Yeah, 16 people thought that there were between 5 and 10 James Bond films.
All right, well, that helps inform us a little bit, I think. Anything jumping there, Tally? I don't know.
Fast and Furious?
Oh, yeah, shit, duh. That's a good one.
That's a really good one.
Oh, yeah, shit, duh. That's my favorite line of the day.
Shit, duh.
Oh, yeah, shit, duh.
Shit, duh.
Yeah, let's do
Means
it.
family. All right, show me the Fast and the Furious.
Number 2.
Exactly 10 films until Fast and the
Killing
Furious
it.
11 comes out.
What's that one called, anyway? The new one?
11?
Yeah, I think it's just Fast 11.
Well, you told so much at the beginning
It's,
of this, didn't you?
It's
Get
Fast
it.
and Furious with 2 capital I's in the middle of Furious. so that
Fantastic.
people, yeah.
Yeah,
see.
that's what I love when they do that. Like when Fear was for 3-er, that's the best. Fear 3.
Up there.
All right, so geez,
So 7 in.
how do we feel about? I wonder if people would have lumped Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit's shit together or not. I mean, that gives you 6. Just barely over 5. Is that bad? Is that a bad idea? I don't know.
I think it is a bad idea, but YOLO, go with it.
All right, YOLO. You only live once. Let's do it. Woo!
All right, show me the Middle Earth septology, sextology. Yeah, number 4.
None of these feel right, but they're all working. This is great.
That one I feel pretty good about. I mean, you know, the 6 films, the 2 trilogies. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, it fits. It's just, well, whatever. Those Hobbit movies are so bad.
Sure.
Okay. I shouldn't say that. They're not that bad, but they're not Lord of the Rings level. That's all I mean. Right. Let's go with Tally here. Anything that I'm not thinking of here? My brain just went dead.
I'm thinking of horror franchises.
Oh, that's a good idea. We have horror
Scream
fans.
comes to mind. There's Friday the 13th. I don't want to get. Wait, I'm giving Dunaway.
Yeah, don't give him shit.
Keep rolling them out, man. Yeah. I'm writing them down fast as I can. Let's Friday the 13th.
Keep those right down. I like. You know what? I feel like Friday the 13th is probably a strong contender, though. Let's go with that. Let's do that. Friday the 13th, Brian.
All right, Friday the 13th. Let's see it.
Oh,
there are technically 12 Friday the 13th movies,
and even the Tadpole knows that.
Yeah, right, exactly. Not that stopped. Right, not that stopped anybody before him from making the top 10. But yeah, there's 12, and Monica even like in her. That was her response to the Feud survey, and she made sure to put Friday the 13th. This is wicked, by the way.
Oh, like we wouldn't have been able to tell.
Well, then the host of Gore should know. There's 12 Friday the 13th movies. Is there something weird that's getting counted there? Like,
was New Nightmare in canon or no? Because that was kind of.
I mean, literally, they say it's.
Oh no! You know what?
I'll tell you that New Nightmare is not part of the Friday the 13th.
I mean, there's Jason X. I mean, that's 10. So if you think there's any more Jason movies, there's definitely more than 10.
Well, also I don't think the Nightmare, the one that's new with not newish 2010 or whatever with not Haiily Joel Osment, the other guy with 3 names,
Jackie Earl Haiily.
Jackie Earl Haiily. Yeah, that I don't think you can count that.
Still thinking that's part of the Jason Voorhees set of movies.
Oh, you're saying Friday the 13th. I keep thinking we're talking about Nightmare on Elm Street. I keep Nightmare on Elm Street never left my head.
So no, definitely not counting New Nightmare as part of the Friday the 13th franchise.
Yeah, I'm mixing films here. All right. Well then, Brian.
So now it's over to Brian.
Yep.
Brian, got some guesses?
What do you think?
I don't know the Tadpole at all anymore, but I do know that if I was to say something stupid, I would say the Terminator series.
That is stupid.
Right. Make sure it's not already on there.
That is stupid, but I like it.
That's not stupid at all. All right.
Terminators.
Sure. Show me Terminator.
Come on.
Well, there's only
4?
4.
Was there a 5th Terminator?
There
was. Yeah, there was a 5th Terminator. The one that brought back.
Yeah.
Right. Linda Hamilton came back for it. So
yeah.
That is a good.
That was my bad. I was going with factual instead of
19th place. By the way, 19th place in the list. So people did say Terminator. Just not enough of them.
I should have just said Dash. Dang it.
All right. What if
you should have said Dash? You know, at least one person said
What
that.
if we said? So I'm. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think anyone picked it. I'm gonna suggest Alien or Aliens. Tally, is that crazy? Okay,
yeah.
You like it?
That was my other guess, but yeah, I should have went with Aliens. Probably.
All right, let's do Aliens.
Okay. All right,
because you got the Prometheus and the whatnot. Yeah, sorry.
Sure. Show me Alien.
Ooh.
Yeah, of course. Alien.
It definitely fits in there. Yeah.
8 films if you count the versus Predator films as well as Prometheus and Covenant.
Yeah. And I can't wait for David.
You don't have to.
Is David still
you
happening?
You don't even have to.
I hope David's still happening. I want to see that. I want to see that sewn up.
Oh, yeah.
Because I like those last 2. I know people are twisted on that, but I thought Prometheus and Covenant were rad.
Yep. And with that, by the way, that locks in the win for Tally, so she's going to get those prizes.
Come on.
Even if Brian gets all 4 of the remaining answers, and that means Scott has to lose this one, then
this one.
Listen, Dunaway, it's important. If she wins, you just walk away. All right? You walk away.
Leave the gas.
That's right. There's still 4 answers on the board. What'd the tadpole say?
I'm actually pulling for Tally. Thank you very much.
I know you are.
Yeah.
You always do. You always do. I was gonna say Indiana Jones because I think people might have said it, even though the 5th is not quite out.
Mm-hmm.
Since the 5th is on the bubble.
Yeah,
to be
it's
released.
it's in final production, so I have a feeling that's happening sooner. Because it's happening,
Sure.
people will put it in their head. So
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's go with it. Show me Indiana Jones.
I had no choice in that whatsoever, did I?
because you've
Yeah,
already
you did
won.
not, Tally. Do you want to win or not?
Yeah, you
I'm
want
just
to. She's already won. She's
Yeah,
got,
go for it.
She's already won.
she's got
Okay.
this. Yeah.
Show me Indiana Jones.
Boo.
That people did say that one though, and that one was 24th in the list.
Okay. All right.
So
Brian.
even if the 5th one is good, people are still only going to say that there's 4 Indiana Jones movies.
Yeah,
Right.
because the 4th, forget that even. Oh my gosh, so bad.
Yeah. All right. 4 answers left on the board. Brian, what do you got?
Since I am going to lose anyway, I might as well take my loser's walk and go with Police Academy.
Police Academy. Very
Police
good.
Academy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. All right. Let's see if it's on there. Show me those citizens on patrol.
Oh
Number
my
8.
God, it's up there. And it's hilarious. I didn't think it was
7
any way in hell.
Yeah.
7 films, 1 through 6, and then Mission to Moscow, the unnumbered.
You know,
7.
I tried
even
I
as
tried
a
to shoot
kid,
myself in the foot.
even as a very young person watching those movies, I could tell even then they went from the first one where Broussard is getting a beach behind the freaking podium. To the next one, and all the rest of them, they were like kids' movies. It was so weird.
Yes.
Yeah.
So disjointed.
Sure.
It's like, oh, here's Animal House, and then here's Animal House Jr. It was the funkiest bunch of sequels.
And who could have predicted that the absence of Steve Guttenberg would send that movie series down a dark hole?
Yeah, the darkest of holes.
The darkest of holes.
All right, Tally, you
Now-
want to... oh, wait. Brian, you're still going. Sorry.
Since I got it, Tally, why don't you go ahead and guess one?
No, it's your... All right, go ahead.
I'm forgetting what you scratched out on now. Oh, shoot.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't say it.
Attention.
You got
I
like
should've been
7.
paying
You got like
attention.
7 minutes.
I was paying
Just so you
attention,
know.
but I've been going through things in my head, and I've totally combobulated them. Did we say Rocky? Did you guys say Rocky? Probably you said Rocky.
We didn't
I'm going
say
with Rocky.
We didn't say Rocky. No.
All right.
All right.
Show me Rocky.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
one.
if you count the Creed films, which you should, and the upcoming
Right.
one coming out this summer, 9 total Rocky films.
Do not sleep on those Creed movies. They're good.
Yeah,
They're very good. I don't know. People probably I don't know, they did well enough. They're making a 3rd one, but I feel like people might be like, I don't want to see some weird Rocky spinoff. No, they're good. They're really good.
Yeah.
I want Tally to win because I made it happen. So I'm going to go with. I didn't say Harry Potter. Harry Potter.
All right, Harry Potter.
Harry Peter.
Did y'all say Harry Potter?
Yeah, Harry's
I'm
Peter.
not telling you if somebody said that or not.
No one said Harry's Peter.
All right, show me you're a wizard, Harry. Number 3 on the list. Yeah, just if you go with just the actual Harry Potter films, 8.
Yeah, not
you include the Fantastic Beast stuff, then there's 11? Is that right?
Yeah.
Right.
Someone likes those Beast movies. I did not enjoy them.
I've slept. That's I'm not going to sleep through Creed, but I slept through both of the Fantastic Beasts and then the Trial of Grindelberg.
I love that you did that. You went to the first.
Grindelberg.
You went to the first one and you went, oh, I fell asleep. Maybe the second one I'll prove through it and no,
Right.
nope, fell asleep again.
Nope, totally fell asleep. I even saw that. I did that one for Tina because I really did not care about the Fantastic Beasts.
No, I like that Eddie Redmayne, but
Well,
not that
Fantastic
What'd you-
Beasts
what'd
and
you-
where to take a good nap.
Yeah, yeah.
what'd you think about old Cutfoot? What'd you think about that guy who did the did the Nakatomi Towers? What do you think about that Die Hard series? What do you think
Oh,
about
Die
those
Hard,
guys?
old Cutfoot.
Old Cutfoot McLane.
Yep,
Fists with his toes, McLane.
I love it.
Is that your guess?
Yeah, of course.
All right,
It's number 7. It's Die Hard. Boom! I
Sure,
just won it
sure.
for you, Tally. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Let's see if it is. Show me Die Hard. Die Hard was tied for 10th place. I just bumped it off the list. I decided not to do the Alien/Die Hard, and if you got either one, you'd get the points. But 5 films for Die Hard. So
Funny thing with Die Hard is the longer that franchise goes, the more it actually proves the title.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Very hard for this franchise to die.
I'm pretty sure they're done unless they reboot it with different actors and stuff. I don't think they're going to do any more.
It totally is Wabbit Magic. Yeah, Police Academy is misspelled in the list here.
Oh, how's it spelled?
It
is. Police with an A. Academy.
Academy. Let me tell you a little inside baseball. So when I sort the sheets, I usually fix if there's a misspelling, I fix it on the first one that comes up alphabetically, right?
Mm-hmm.
I did not see the Police Academy,
that
which would have come
hilarious.
first before the accurately spelled ones, and then I just copy that one and paste it all over.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. All right, Tally, it's back to us for this final deal.
Yeah, what is that last one? What could it be?
It feels elusive, and direct-to-DVD doesn't count. I'm going to just assume.
Does not count.
It doesn't.
I mean, really, what counts is what the
tadpole didn't say it. Yeah,
I will tell you that the number 7 film has 6 releases, and none of which are direct to DVD.
Oh, that takes. I was thinking Tremors, but I think that takes Tremors out of the running.
Yeah,
because Tremors has a lot of direct to DVD stuff.
Well, isn't it the 6th Scream that's coming out?
Oh shit! Tally's right. Six Scream. Scream. It's Scream.
Show me.
Oh, that's
Scream.
a good one.
Oh, poo! Scream. Let's see. Scream. I mean, if we're counting what's coming out, then there's another movie for our number 7, and then a follow-up movie because it's a 2-parter coming out the next year. So 2023 and 2024 we'll see a 6th and 7th in this series. Scream came in at number. Oh wow! Nobody said Scream. Kind of surprised about that, actually.
I am as well.
Yeah.
Shocked by that. All right, Dunaway, take it home.
Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of fantasy and sci-fi and stuff in here. So I'm gonna say we really haven't visited any of our superhero friends. However, I'm gonna let Tally help us out here with I'm either gonna say incorrectly the Avengers, or Spider-Man, or the X-Men. What do you think, Tally? I'm going to let you pick from one of those 3. What do you think?
Because you're picking one of those. Which would you say? Even if you think they're all wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're all wrong.
Perfect. Then give me one of your answers so I can embarrass you and do my lap. Go ahead.
Just say Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Let's say Spider-Man, Tally.
Why not?
Tally hard.
Why not?
I apologize.
Because if you go Spider-Man, then you've got, just Spider-Man.
It's factual.
You've got 7
That's
films, right? You've
got
the 3 Sam Raimi, the 3 Disneyfied, and then the Into the Spider-Verse.
Yep.
Into Spider-Verse. Yep.
That is correct.
All right. Show me the Spider-Man. No.
Damn. All right. I got to know what 7 is. It's going to drive me crazy.
The tadpole is always hung up on the Avengers when we have these stupid things. I just feel like they would have said something like that.
Oh, yeah, you know what?
Am I close?
Someone in the chat said Mission Impossible, and if that's going to be it, I'm going to be so irritated with myself.
That's good too. Yeah, Mission Impossible, that's a good one.
Prepare to be irritated, Scott. Number 7 is indeed Mission Impossible. Yeah, 6 films, and then the 2-parter. One comes out 2023, and part 2 comes out 2024.
Oh, I should have seen that as the hint you meant it to be, and I didn't see it.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah, none of the ones that Dunaway suggested were fitting that criteria, so that's why I knew they were wrong.
Oh yeah, you listened more than we did to what Brian said. Yeah.
It's like RuPaul. You listen to RuPaul when RuPaul tells you something.
That's right. That's right. Brian, you're our new RuPaul.
Right, that's fine. I'll take it.
Okay.
A lot of people still said things like some other good ones in the list. Jurassic Park is a good one. Lots of films in that series. 8 people did say the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which has more films than James Bond. 30 before you count Quantumania. Halloween, Planet of the Apes, Pirates of the Caribbean, Terminator, Land Before Time.
That's the one I forgot earlier.
Is Pirates of the Caribbean.
See, Land Before Time's a bunch of, well, it wasn't on the list, so it doesn't matter, but that's a bunch of direct-to-home.
Direct-to-home video. Saw, Superman, Transformers, Rambo, Batman. Boy, I don't know how you count. Like, I guess you just count the Tim Burton Into the Schumacher No,
into the
that's not even
Schumacher.
enough,
The
isn't
Tim
it?
Burton
Isn't
into the Schumacher.
No, because that's only 4.
That's still just 4. Yeah.
So unless you just stack all the Batman and say it's one franchise.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Child's Play, Final Destination, Predator, Shrek, Underworld, X-Men, American Ninja, American Pie, Bring It On, Children of the Corn, Debbie
You know
Does
what? You know what
Dallas.
I'm learning? There's way too many movies with five or more in their series.
Yeah, there's a lot.
There really are.
Also,
Yeah.
I like you said Predator Shrek because you were just reading the list, but I want to see a movie called Predator Shrek. That'd be awesome.
A Predator versus Shrek.
Predator,
series.
Predator v
Love it.
Shrek.
Yeah,
I would watch
I'm
that.
in. I'm all in.
Get out of my swamp.
Born Identity.
Get out of my swamp.
I love it. So this is the good news. The good news, everybody. The good news I'm here to spread in the world. Have you heard the good news?
Congratulations. You're
Tally's a winner. That's right. You get these codes. And because both Brian and I have direct access to you via Discord, you'll be having these sent to you immediately. And you'll be able to run off and play these and tell us what you think. Tally, how do you feel about your victory today?
I feel pretty good. How do you feel about having a birth to just, close everything out with?
Well, let me tell you. Have I ever felt this good? I don't know if I can answer that honestly. Maybe I have. Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Wow.
All right, fantastic. Hey, Dunaway, tonight, play retro. Last night didn't happen. Tonight will happen. We had a little schedule glitch on your end, but it's all good. That happened to me last week.
I did.
So 2 weeks in a row we had to
your
bump
fault,
it.
Brian, but
it was my fault. It was my fault.
It was my fault the week before. So we both have
That's right.
some
It was
fault.
and it was both family things.
It was.
That was good.
And family takes
It
precedence.
shows we're good family people.
That's right. It was both stuff with our kids, and we always do stuff for our kids. So anyway, tonight we'll be doing it. All right, tonight. Watch for that. At what time? 3:30 Mountain Time. That's 5:30 Eastern.
3:30 Mountain Time.
Yep.
Right after DTNS, right? Is that right?
Pretty much rolls right into it, or about a half an
Roll
hour.
right
or so
into
we
it.
have. And another note about that was something I was going to say. Oh, and we're doing the Wing Commander series. So,
cool.
Yes.
If you have fond feelings about Wing Commanders of yore, then tonight is your night.
Good Lord, I did not know how many people were still hung up on Wing Commander, but holy cow, these people still love this game.
Yeah.
And I see why.
Wing Commander's a big deal, turns out. So, Brian, that'll be good. I look forward to it. Is there anything else you want to say?
Resin Printer will be here tomorrow.
I didn't think he was going to have anything real to say, or I wouldn't have cut him off. Dang it. Sorry.
No.
We'll celebrate your resin printer next time, Brian.
Exactly. And Brian, if you're still listening, hit me up when you get your resin printer, because I've got all the hints and telling you how to get things done in there, because it's very different from filament printing.
Brian stumbled over all that stuff already, so lean on him when you're not strong.
Came out clean on the other side, except
right.
not really. I still had to use plastic gloves and wash myself off with alcohol.
Oh, goodness gracious. All right, well, that's fantastic. Let's get out of here with not out of here. Let's take a break. Okay, just a break. It's a song break, and when we return, Tom Merritt will be here, the ever technically inclined Tom Merritt. And, of course, recommendals after that. All that coming up after this song from Brian Ibbett.
Sure. Well, let's talk about a musician named Brian Crestinzio, but he goes by the name BC Camplight. He's got a brand new album. It's called The Last Rotation of Earth. It comes out May 12th, courtesy of Bella Union Records. Big thanks to them for sending me this track. This is the title track. And listen, if you like Flaming Lips, maybe even a little They Might Be Giants kind of cheeky, fun sounds to your music, then I think you're going to actually dig this a lot. This is BC Camplight, and the song is The Last Rotation of Earth.
Salty, even though I've decided to follow Jesus, sometimes life is still tough.
Cronyism, nepotism, rascalism.
The Morning Stream. Get the baby!
And we've returned. Hey, Brian, who was that artist and song?
Sure, that artist and song in that order is BC Camplight and The Last Rotation of Earth.
Oh, I feel like we're on that right now.
I sometimes do, yes.
Sometimes feels
I
that
didn't
way.
in all that time we had during that whole 4-minute and 9-second song, I didn't go get my Sentinel, so I'll have to I'll have to show it off another time. You know what? Maybe I'll grab it and we'll use it for the title card, our thumbnail.
Oh, I like that a lot. Let's do that.
Yeah.
You know what else I like? I like technology, and I like it when it comes out of the mouth of a certain man.
With the computer, as with any tool, the concept and direction must come from the man.
Yeah, that's right. The man I'm talking about is Tom Merritt, who is currently pulling something out of his mouth. What is that, your phone?
Technology.
Oh.
Pulling tech out of his mouth. See, he's our tech sentinel. That's what he is.
No, that was pretty good. You need to do an act. If you're in Vegas in April, Tom will do a magic act where he pulls technology out of his mouth.
Yeah, little prop comedy in Vegas.
Yeah, look forward to it. You'll
be like Carrot Top.
Yeah, check that one off my bucket list.
Ace to Carrot Top, something. Anyway, hey, it's Tom Merritt, everybody. He comes on the show on Wednesdays, talks about the tech stories that are brewing for that day, and I always love Wednesdays because it's the day I get to be on the Daily Tech News Show. Hey, Tom, I know a few things went down this week. What are you covering today?
Well, if you've been following Daily Tech News Show, as you should have been, you know that there was a little tit for tat announcement drama between Google and Microsoft. Baidu and Apple kind of were on the fringes of that as well. We covered all that yesterday. Basically, Google announced it was going to have an event live from Paris Wednesday morning, which they did this morning. And then after that, Microsoft announced, well, guess what? We're going to have an event on Tuesday morning, which they did. And then immediately after Microsoft announced that, Google said, well, guess what? Here's an AI announcement ahead of both of those announcements, and announced that Bard, which is its version of ChatGPT, would become available to the public in the coming weeks. So Microsoft has its big announcement yesterday. It's about putting ChatGPT-like functions into Bing using a model that was developed in-house at Microsoft using OpenAI's tech, so using ChatGPT tech, but they modified it for Bing. And it was fairly interesting, what they're going to roll out. They are also rolling it out slowly. You have to get on a wait list to get it, but it's going to do some fun things like be able to summarize search results or, answer questions. And in Microsoft Edge, it will be able to answer questions related to the page you're looking at in the browser. So the example they used was you're looking at earnings reports in a PDF in one page, and you say, hey, compare this to another company. And without taking you off that page, it can just give you the answer. You don't have to go look at that other page, et cetera. And then you're like, put those in a table for me. All right, export it to PowerPoint for me. So it's fairly fun.
Useful.
Yeah, fairly interesting stuff on the consumer end of things. Everybody's eyes were then on Google today for Live from Paris, and to be honest, they kind of blew their AI announcement on Monday when they were like, oh, Microsoft's coming. Well, here's what we're going to do. They did a demonstration of Bard. It's fine. They didn't give us nearly as many details about how they'll integrate Bard into Google at this point. They did repeat that, they will start this with trusted testers, and then allow the public limited access in the coming weeks. So we'll find out more if they stick to that over the next week or so. But one of the more embarrassing things is they put out a GIF to demonstrate Bard, and their big thing to kind of highlight their responsibility is that they're limiting Bard to something they call Nora, which is not my niece, although my niece is named Nora. In this case, it stands for no one right answer. So you ask it a question, it's going to give you bullet points. It's going to give you options. It's going to say, if you say like, what's the best constellation? It'll be like, well, these three are pretty good. In their GIF demonstrating that, they said, let me get the question right. What new discoveries from the James Webb Space Telescope can I tell my 9-year-old about? One of the three responses was, it took the very first picture of a planet outside of our own solar system. Which is wrong.
That is wrong. That's just wrong info.
Yeah, the first picture of a planet taken outside of the solar system was made in 2004, 17 years before the James Webb Space Telescope launched. Google responded by saying, that's why we need trusted testers. It's not a good look when you've got Bing showing a lot more features and a lot more details. Although Bing, to be fair, said preemptively, this thing is going to get stuff wrong. That's why we're not just adding it to Bing and launching it for everybody. They detailed all their safety procedures and said, as we go along, when you find wrong things, you need to tell us about them, because that's how the model gets better. And that is one of the interesting things about how these large language models work, is there's a certain amount of training you can do just on data, but at a certain point, to improve it, you need more data, and they're running up against the fact that they've used all the data that exists in the world. They're having a hard time finding enough data that they have the right to use, that they can throw at these things. So the next way you improve them is have people say what was wrong, and it learns from that. And to really improve fast, you need a lot of people doing that, which means you need to launch it in public for a lot of people to use, which means a lot of people have to come across wrong data, which then is a bad look in the process.
Well, let me ask you this. Is this a fair assumption to say that in relatively recent time, these companies, Microsoft, Google, and many more, were not introduced, but saw the potential of this technology, and there's a little bit of a gold rush happening? It feels like to me. Like they're all just going, oh crap! Okay, well we
need ours.
We need to be the front. We need to be the front end for people for this. Like it can't just be a tool. It's off on the web somewhere. It needs to be Google search. It needs to be Bing search. It needs to be up front and center. It just feels like there's a scramble for this right now.
I think search in particular is ripe for disruption by this technology. It will not be the only or even the most important use of these large language models, but it is the most high profile, because if they can get it where it's right more often than search is, because don't forget, search sometimes gives you wrong stuff too.
Sure.
It will change how we search. We will go from saying like, oh man, Google somebody gamed the SEO and now I'm just getting a bunch of crap. This is not what I was looking for, to like, oh yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. Especially the ability when you get something that's a little off to say, oh no, what I meant was, and have sort of an appearance of understanding from the tool. That's what Google is deathly afraid of, that people will get that from Bing good enough that they will start using Bing instead of Google. I'm very curious what Meta is going to do, because Meta has very good deep learning. They have their own large language model. There's some very good scientists on this, and they haven't tipped their hand about what, if anything, they are going to do about search. And I wouldn't be shocked if one of these open source projects out there suddenly becomes the next Google and just and causes a startup to launch off the top of it that says, you know what, we're not restricted by being a Microsoft or a Google that can only turn the boat slowly because it has so many interests that it has to protect. It's one of the advantages Microsoft has over Google, is that because Bing doesn't have a big market share, they can move a little faster than Google can. Right. I'm curious if we see Google, the Google of AI search, turn Google and Bing into the Alta Vista and InfoSeek of AI search.
Of their day, yeah. I would. Someone in the chat just said it. Matuba said it kind of just nonchalantly, but I would go for a DuckDuckGPT. I would love it if DuckDuckGo.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I already like them, prefer them, use them every day. That'd be nice. Like at the end of the day, like this is what I do like about all of this, is we're finally seeing some rubber to the road use case for AI, especially in this model of AI.
Yeah.
And so while everyone's losing their mind about AI deep fakes and the art they're generating and the artists and this and that, which I've definitely felt the sting of in my own way. Sure. This is like the practicality of this is just right in front of us. Like it's not hard to see it, and so I'm excited kind of for how this will flesh out. But there'll be a lot of everybody strap in for some corporate yeehaw, because it's about to get a little weird. Whatever.
I feel about this particular turn of events like I haven't felt in a long time about technology, which is, this is getting interesting, and the big players are now having to react, and when that happened to Microsoft, Apple, HP, Compaq, et cetera, in the late 90s and early 2000s, that's when we got Google and Amazon and later Facebook and Netflix. Those all came out of that era. Right. So we are at the very beginning of that era, and the next wave of those kinds of companies may exist right now, and we just don't realize they're going to be that next company because they're still getting started, or they may be yet to be started. But this feels like we're finally, everybody's been saying like, why aren't we getting anything new in tech? This is one of those new things you're getting in tech finally.
Yep. Well, more about that today on the Daily Tech News Show. I'll be there. I'm also going to do a summary judgment, if you will, on all things Game Pass, the subscription.
I'll get the gavel.
It's gonna be fun to talk about that because it's all in preparation for another cool thing we're doing later this week. So if you want to find out about all of that, tune in to the Daily Tech News Show today and get those hot deets. Tom, anything else going on you'd like to say?
Yeah, get Scott's judgment on Xbox Game Pass and Daily Tech News Show. Then we're going to have a gaming roundtable that Scott's going to lead for us. Thank you for doing that. Later in the week on Daily Tech News Show. So that is all dailytechnewsshow.com. Max Scoville, Trish Hirschberger, Scott Johnson, all getting together later this week.
Going to be great. Can't wait. Tom Merritt, everybody. He is Ace Detect on Twitter for as long as it lasts. Tom, we'll see you next time. I'm a little poopy on Twitter right now. All right, that was great.
Hey, that was
AI search, baby. It's happening. Now
whether
I
you
need
like it or not.
Yeah, whether you like it or not, and many of you don't.
Yep.
But this is actually
AI search. I like AI writing weird chat scripts and things like that.
not your favorite. Me neither.
Not my favorite yet. Yeah,
not really into it either.
Or creating racist Seinfeld episodes. And things like
Man, that thing ruined. It was such a cool, stupid thing.
What
and
a
it got
great
ruined.
idea! And it's just like, oh boy, that went bad.
Bummed me out. Bummed me out hard. All right. Anyway, check this out. Hey, you know what that music means? It means it's time for recommendals. We take stuff we've seen on streaming services and we recommend them sometimes. Sometimes we tell you to steer clear, but that's usually the exception to the rule. On the line with us right now, we have Nicole Spag. Hi, Nicole.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back. And Randy Jordan.
Good morning stream. How are you?
Good. You? Are you good?
All is well.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Today's the order today is a little mixed up because we've I like doing it that way, but also Randy's got a thing, so we're gonna make sure you get your thing in before your thing happens. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying about your thing? You know what I mean?
I'm gonna drop you unceremoniously in about 10 minutes. So.
Yeah.
Boom. Whether he's mid-sentence or not.
That's right. So we're going to start with Brian, who's always usually pretty brief anyway, so that you have time. And Brian, as usual, do you have set up for this clip?
I do. I'm going to be very quick about it. It's a series. It's just wrapped up its first season. It's getting renewed for a second season, and people may recognize it from this clip.
Ooh, all right. Here we go.
I told my editor I was meeting with the most dangerous man in the world. Gave him two choices. He came back with Bezos, Putin. He thinks I'm in Praskovoyevka.
You've grown old, Daniel.
Yeah, well, mortality beats a heavy drum.
I wasn't sure you'd remembered me. Your book makes no mention of our prior meeting.
Mentioned vampires in one of those readers tend to call bullshit.
You've had some health concerns of late.
Whole planet's having a moment, I'd say.
You have Parkinson's disease, Daniel.
Yeah. And you've got your own hangar at the airport, privileges on the Royal Maidan Bridge, and zero presence online.
Have I hit a nerve?
What does it cost, this haven't aged in half a century, killer views in all directions, anonymity?
Quite a lot.
And here's another question. That's the sun out there. Where's your coffin?
You're standing in it.
I have no idea.
Ooh.
That is the brand new series based on Anne Rice's novels and much more closely based on Anne Rice's novels. Interview with the Vampire, series on AMC Plus. Listen, people, I've given you a lot of reasons to subscribe to AMC Plus for a month. You can fill your time with a bunch of stuff that doesn't have anything to do with zombies, like Gangs of London, which I highly recommend. Dark Winds, which is fantastic. Duel, a movie with the companion from Doctor Who, and Interview with the Vampire. I have not watched the sequel series yet, which is Mayfair Witches, which stars that Alexandria Daddario.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but I can tell you that Interview with the Vampire is excellent. It's really, really well done, and is a slow burn. compared to how much stuff they tried to jam into one movie with Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt. It's the same story. It's Vampire Lestat and the vampire that he sired called named Louis. The two of them kind of, so to speak, adopt a vampire named Claudia.
And can we just love Jacob Anderson's voice? I could just listen to Jacob Anderson speak
Now,
all day.
can I get some clarity here?
great.
He's the
Grey Worm.
Unsullied guy from Game of Thrones, right? Is that who
That's
that is?
correct. Yeah, he's
Okay.
Grey Worm. Yep. And he's Louis. He's the Brad Pitt character, if you will, from the movie. You also heard Eric Bogosian, who is doing his best Anthony Bourdain impersonation as Daniel, the guy who's actually conducting the interview. In the film, you only really get Christian Slater at the beginning and the end, but I'm so glad we get way more of the character Daniel, the person conducting the interview with the vampire in this, and he's such a great character. And there's, it's gothic horror. There's some blood. There's plenty of blood. The entirety of this first season takes place in New Orleans at the was it like the turn of the century or a little bit after that?
Yeah.
It's
late 1800s, I think.
1910, I think. Anyway, it's so well written and well acted, and the pacing on it is so well done with the endings of each episode that you forget that, oh my gosh, there's this reveal at the end of this episode, there's another reveal at the end of this other episode. It's great, and it works on its own as a full season, but we are getting a season 2 of it.
How's I see John DiMaggio's in this thing playing Alderman Fenwick. Can you tell me about that? Because that seems crazy.
John DiMaggio, yeah, no kidding, Bender. He is one of many a-holes. In the film.
All right.
Okay.
There's a lot of a-holes that you kind of get their comeuppance, and John DiMaggio is one of the more prominent ones. Radon Chung from
the loins of Tommy Chung.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's right. Right. Directly from Tommy Chong's loins. You're right.
Loins of Tommy Chong. Exactly. That's my next album title, by the way.
Sure.
I still love her so much in Commando. I love her.
No, she's great.
Commando. I think that's what I was thinking. Not Total Recall. Commando. Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's great, and it's a weird number of episodes from AMC. Only 7 episodes of Interview with the Vampire, but you'll get through them really quick. You'll have plenty of time in your purchased month of AMC Plus to watch Kevin Can F Himself, Gangs of London, Duel, and all the other cool stuff that I've recommended, and still be done by the end of the month, and can cancel AMC Plus if you so desire.
I just saw a picture.
So
of
I
DiMaggio.
just want to.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
I was going to say you made me think of Anne Rice, and there's a series of books that she wrote that I really enjoyed called The Claiming of Sleeping Beauty. It's a little bondage. It's a little 50 Shades. It's very.
We're getting a little
50 Shades
insight
of
into the Saturday night at Spagnolo's house.
No. I just really enjoyed the books when I was younger, and I was like, I wonder if they adapted it, and apparently they did. I had no idea. They called it something else, but it was during that 50 Shades of Grey time period.
Okay, sure.
And so they took the rights, and now I'm going down a rabbit hole.
Those books came out so long ago that I was a kid and I found them in my mom's dresser. that's how, like, those are like 40 years ago those books came out.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
They're,
Sleeping Beauty, The Claiming of Sleeping Beauty, Beauty's Punishment, and Beauty's Release. Wow, which you just basically replaced Sleeping Beauty with Shades of Grey, and you've got those 3.
No, I think there's I'm not going to say anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just going to dig in my hole.
No, not at all.
They're just good.
Just happens to be a leather-lined hole, and
we're basking in it. It's fine.
We're basking in it, exactly.
But you remember when they did that awful Rosie O'Donnell, Dan Aykroyd?
Yeah, was it Exit to Eden? Because that was also Anne Rice, wasn't it?
The book is great.
Yeah.
The movie was awful.
It was horrendous. Yeah, it was. Killed Melanie. Was it Melanie Marin? Killed her film career post
Yeah.
What beach? China Beach, I think was her show that she was like everybody. She was the it girl for a while, and then she did Exit to Eden. Is like, oh, okay, well, can't.
But
touch
if you've
Girl with a
seen the
10-foot
Exit to Eden movie,
Mhm.
you'd be like, why would I read that? The book is nothing like the movie, and that's what I was wondering if they had done what they did to the Sleeping Beauty, and I don't know. I'm just now I'm interested in what happened to Anne Rice's.
Well,
she got a raw deal.
Yeah, she makes good rice as well. Hey, Randy, it's your turn. Let's whip this out real quick.
Jump in, Randy.
Yeah, what do you got for setup before I hit this?
I have a new nature documentary, and it's narrated by Will Arnett, who can do no wrong.
All right, here we go.
Cedar lives an extraordinary life in an extraordinary land.
Very nice. I don't know.
So this is,
You sure you played the Will Arnett narrated version? Because that did not. I know it is, but it certainly didn't sound like Will Arnett.
He doesn't do his Batman voice at
Yeah.
all this entire time. He is trying to sound like a hippie who's impressive, and it works. This is Island of the Sea Wolves. This is about Vancouver Island specifically, and the filmmakers here got just some insanely awesome footage of different animals on Vancouver Island. There's wolves, there's otters, there's marmots, and it's they go a little Disney with it, which is good in my opinion. This is not your standard textbook fare. They name all of the animals, so like they start talking about a wolf that they've named Cedar, and every creature you see has a name, and it can be a little off-putting at first. Like, I don't need these bald eagles to have names, but once you get used to it, they've got some really cool stories to tell because they got such incredible footage. You need to watch Island of the Sea Wolves. You will like it. It is on Netflix.
Netflix is where it is. Okay, good. I love these, so I'm all in.
Yeah.
They chill me out. These things, big time.
It's 3 episodes. They're all an hour long, and you will find that it rushes by, and it's worth your time.
Yeah, the only thing Will Arnett did that you said he could do no wrong, that time he cheated on his wife, Leslie Knope, I was pissed at him. But other than that, you're right. He does
I
good
will never
work.
forgive them. Him specifically, I will never forgive him for that. But he is my favorite Batman. So
he's a good Batman. How do you square it? You have to square it, I get
Sometimes you just want to have sex with somebody who's not constantly making jokes all the time.
I do have to go. Thank you very much for having me.
Yep.
Great show, guys.
Yep. Always a good time. Have fun at your meeting or whatever it is you're going to, and don't take any wooden nickels. All right. There goes Randy. Let's get to Nicole's selection here. Nicole, you want to set up what this thing is? It looks really interesting.
So I told you the wrong show.
Oh, you did?
The way that they title these shows, it just I don't know.
It only screwed me up for a second when I was preparing the quick TMS.
Okay. Did you figure it out?
I did. I did.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So when I was really, really sick, I was pretty much comatose for like a week straight. I was just on the couch, comatose, and my mom came to take care of me. And she put this show on, and it felt like it went on forever. Like it never stopped. But it was just a mindless show that had some educational value to it, but it's kind of like they dramatize it. So, but then they jump all over the place, especially the first seasons, because there's only 2 episodes in the first season, and the episodes are like an hour and a half long. But you're jumping in the time period as you're watching these episodes. So it can be a little confusing, but if you're ever comatose on the couch, this is a great show to watch. I'm selling it, aren't I?
All right, yeah, totally. Yeah, if you can't move and you got nothing else you can do.
You got nothing else. So you don't want to put too much
have we got a thing for you. All right, let's play this clip that you sent me, and it's about a minute long. Here you go.
Slice of cheddar blend cheese, crispy iceberg lettuce, little secret sauce, crunchy.
That's the episode. I think that's like season 3. This is a show on the History Channel called The Foods That Built America, I thought it was the foods that built or what was it? What
the
was
other
the one?
The one I captured earlier sounded very different. It was this.
Henry Heinz was the first to use clear bottles to show his product's quality.
It's just like a weird
Oh yeah.
Like,
so
hey.
they were a lot more formal in the first season. And so the first season, they look at Henry Heinz, they go into Post cereal, they go into Kellogg's, and you know that movie with Matthew Broderick,
Road to Wellville?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they dive into that and like Dr. Kellogg and how he came up with the cereal and how his brother. It's an interesting dive into how all these big brands that we know today, how they were built and the struggles that they went through to exist. Even Hershey chocolate was wild to watch.
I like stuff like this. Are they reenactments? Are they? Because that's what that looked like.
Yes, they're reenactments. Really well done reenactments.
Okay.
That's why I was impressed with it because it wasn't.
Cool.
Yeah. So they do this with other things like the toys that made us, and it's along those same lines. But it's all the foods that have built America. So later in the seasons, you get into cheese and fast food. They go back to cereal because there's so many players to that.
Yeah.
I'm just happy to hear History Channel's doing history again. That's nice. Because usually they
you can watch
suck.
these on Hulu. There's 3 seasons on Hulu.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because History Channel's all garbage these days. So hearing they're doing something that's actually historic is interesting to me. Because usually it's aliens and bullshit they do now. Right? Isn't that all History Channel stuff does? Sure feels like it. So that's good to hear.
Aliens.
Yeah, I like that.
The Heinz journey was interesting because he actually went bankrupt, and they the cops were after him, and they do board games too, which I was really interested to see how board games came about. And the original Game of Life had some questionable things on it.
Really? Oh, interesting.
So like what? Like the history of Milton Bradley kind of stuff?
Yes, Milton Bradley and the Parker brothers. They dive into those 2 stories. And again, it's hard to watch these because they don't break them up into easy to watch episodes on one topic until I think season 2. Season 1, you have to watch like the whole hour and a half to get the whole story because they break it up. So they'll jump from board games back to ketchup. Like they just go all over the place, and they're like, meanwhile, blah 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 is happening because they're trying to make a timeline of like
I see. Yeah.
the things that are happening in the United States at that time and why this was such a big deal to have leisure time, and what the Parker guy saw with the soldiers playing little portable checkers. But he did that because he lost all of his money because he was making lithograms of Abraham Lincoln without a beard. And he lost all of his money because Abraham Lincoln decided to grow a beard.
And so nobody would buy him? That's hilarious. What a weird thing.
Crazy, yeah. No kidding.
So it's just weird little, factoids about how something in history could have just, if Abraham Lincoln didn't grow a beard, would we had Parker Brothers?
I will absolutely watch this. I'm also, I'm utterly shocked History Channel has something good to watch. So I'm excited.
Right? Yeah, no kidding.
Well.
Yeah, this is great.
And the good news is you don't need to watch it on History Channel, as you said. You can watch it on Hulu.
Yeah, which I will much prefer to do. That sounds great. Check it out, everybody. What's the full name again?
The food
that built America.
That built America. Well, how did games get in there?
The food. Let's see. The food that built
So
America.
I was wondering that too about the board games.
Maybe that again. Don't trust
the food
my
that built
recollection.
board games that built America.
So there must have been the games. There must have been something else that integrated in it, but it was the same style. I apologize.
No, maybe we got 2 recommendations for one here today.
Yeah.
You know?
So let me find what the board game
game
was.
stuff
But I
came
think
from?
but I think it's the History
'Cause
Channel as
I
well.
was thinking that there was like somehow the game of life was tied to Life cereal, and that's what somehow the connection was.
That'd be
So
great.
the food that built America revolves around Hershey, Heinz, McDonald's, all of that stuff. I'll find out what the other one. I'm sure it's like the
Probably the
game.
toys that built America, or the games that built America.
Yes,
something.
you know
Just
what? I think it is the toys.
Immediately just went right into one after you finished watching the other.
Did you ever see Did you ever see that McDonald's movie with Michael Keaton? What was that called? The
one about Croc. Yeah,
that was awesome. Oh my gosh, I love
did
that.
see it. Yeah, I can't remember what it was called.
Everyone always,
yeah.
we're all talking about the founder. Yeah, everyone talks about how amazing. What's his name was in Last of Us season or episode 3.
Nick Offerman.
Nick Offerman.
Yeah.
That if you want to see one of his most subtle, interesting roles ever, he plays one of the co-founders of McDonald's, and he's so good in that movie.
God, I'd forgotten about that. Wow.
Yeah. What a great.
It is called
movie.
The Toys That Built America. That's how out of it I was. They just rolled into each other, and I just thought they were like all the same thing.
Yep. Then there was that episode where this guy named Walter was making meth with some kid, and then Mulan saved everybody.
America.
Yeah, it's really weird. Anyway, well, I'm glad
Netflix has their own. It's the whatevers that made us, and now History Channel has theirs, which is the whatever that built America.
Gotcha. Well, there you go. So if you're over there already getting your alien bullshit on, stick around for that or watch it on Hulu. That sounds great. And of course, quicktms.li will have all of these links because Brian put them up there. Nicole, thanks for hanging out with us.
Well, hold on, Scott. Do you want to do a recommendal?
What about yours?
Oh shit! I forgot mine existed. Hold on, let's do mine. Thank you for saying that. All right,
I was like, don't I get to chime in?
No, it's for whatever reason today felt like I already did it, but I don't know why I did. All right, here's mine. This is a clip of a movie that you've all seen, and many of you may have seen it a million times, like I have. But it's comfort food for me, and every once in a while I'll watch it. We've never film sacked it, and we've never recommended it before, and it just happens to be streaming on Amazon Prime. So here's my clip.
Clearly seen in the future would fall neatly into that category. It's not so surprising then that an organism deprived of its earthly vision
He said we wouldn't get it. He said we wouldn't get the treasure we seek on account of our obstacle.
What the hell does he know? He's an ignorant old man. Jesus, Pete, told you I buried it myself. Your cousin still has this here horse farm and a forge and some shoeing impediment to restore our liberty of movement.
Hold it right here. You men from the bank?
You wash his bar?
Yes, sir. Daddy told me I'm to shoot who's ever from the bank.
Well, we ain't from the bank, young feller.
Yes, sir. I'm also supposed to shoot folks serving papers.
We ain't got no papers, neither.
I nicked the census man.
Now, there's a good boy. Is your daddy about?
All right, I can't get enough Tim Blake Nelson in my life, but
me neither.
Dapper Dan man.
He's so good. Anyway, I watched Oh Brother Where Art Thou, which I don't know. This is like the 12th, 13th time I've seen it.
Yeah.
Of the Coen Brothers movies, it's the one I get the most comfort from. It's easily the best retelling of the Odyssey that's ever been made, in my opinion. It's just wonderful, and it holds up, and it looks like it was filmed yesterday. Tim Blake Nelson in particular, just I could watch him do anything. I just love that guy.
I love the soundtrack.
The soundtrack's amazing.
Oh,
the
soundtrack's fantastic.
If you go down a rabbit hole with that music, you can find all kinds of cool bluegrass acts that you've never heard of before that are all great. It's just a wonderful film. And so you all already know about it. It came out in 2000. It's out, I can't believe it's almost 23 or 20. Yeah, it is 23 years old, or will be this summer, which is insane because it does not look old. And it is wonderful. You heard me at the top of the show play this line here, which is it?
Cronyism, nepotism.
That guy, and it's got some stuff in there that is edgy as hell. Even then, and especially now, I feel like, but it works and it's great. And the sirens and all that stuff, they just absolutely just killed it with this movie. I love it. It's on Amazon Prime. Go watch it. Yep. And it got me in the mood. So I ended up immediately watching, I got kind of in a Coen Brothers mood, and I immediately watched Blood Simple, their first big feature film.
Oh, yeah.
And right after that, I watched, I'm not quite done yet. I got a quarter left of No Country for Old Men, but I just love their movies,
nice.
all of them. I love them all. I'm probably on my way to a millionth time watching Fargo after I do that. But it's a wonderful movie, and it put a smile on my face, and It will yours too if you just spend some
I
time.
bet you there's somebody listening that has never seen it, and I think you just convinced them.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I hope so.
Did you say it's streaming on Amazon Prime? Did you mention
Prime.
that?
Prime at the moment. Okay. Most of their stuff is on HBO at the moment, but that one happens to be Prime.
Okay.
And if you've never seen it,
Makes
Rainbow
me wanna
Bright,
watch
do yourself a
Hudsucker,
favor.
actually.
Oh yeah, Hudsucker's great. Oh
yeah, love Hudsucker.
I love it all. I don't. People may have their favorites or least favorites of their Coen Brothers lineup or whatever. I don't have one I don't like. I like them all, even the ones that people think are bad. I think are good. So I'm as biased as you can get on Coen Brothers stuff. And I don't know if they're ever doing a movie together again. There's rumors they're like, yeah, we're hanging it up as a pair, and then Joel or Ethan, whichever one it is, will just keep making stuff on his own because he just did that King. No, not
I was going to say
Lear.
one of them just did. Yeah, was it
King Lear? No,
Amsterdam?
No, it was the King Lear thing. The one last year with Denzel Washington and
yeah, it's not King Lear. It's
what is that called?
Othello.
No.
God,
Macbeth.
Macbeth. Thank you. Jeez, it was just nominated. It was like the one nominated film from 2022 that I couldn't get through.
Yeah, it's yeah. I understand why. Go ahead.
Does the Coen Brothers tend to go back to the same actors? I don't think they really do.
Oh, a lot.
Like, did they ever? Did they work with
yeah,
George Clooney again?
Yes,
John Goodman, I think, is in just about every.
Yeah, Goodman's in them all. John Turturro's in a ton of them. His wife, Joel Coen's wife, is what's her name? That just won her Oscar, Frances McDormand, and she's in everything, including the first one, Blood Simple. She's in that. She
Turturro, you said.
Yeah, and Clooney's been in 3 or 2 at least.
Tim Blake Nelson in the Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
Right. But who? But what other movie am I thinking of with Clooney? To answer Nicole's question about Clooney, it was this and
Clooney,
the one something before cleaning or stop before dancing or
burn before reading.
Burn before reading. Was that her? Him?
He was in that?
Yeah, him and
Pitt.
No, not that one. That's a different one. Or maybe I'm mixing the names up.
That's the.
I can't remember.
Before smoking.
Yeah, the smoking one is the one he's in. He's a
Oh,
lawyer.
Gotcha.
Intolerable Cruelty. That's the name. It's called Intolerable Cruelty. Burn before. Or, thank you for not. Thank you for smoking is a whole different movie from a whole different director.
Right.
And not even him in it. It's Aaron Eckhart in that. Anyway.
Right. Yeah. No. The Intolerable Cruelty was him and Zeta Jones.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't think that's their best work. I still like it. So whatever. I like them all.
I forgot about that one. And Lady Killers with Tom Hanks.
Yeah. You name a movie, it's all good to me.
Oh, A Serious Man. Oh my God, I forgot about how good that one was.
Yep. I love A Serious Man. I love the what's the one with Poe Dameron in it?
Is that Inside
Llewyn Davis? That's it.
Llewyn Davis. Yeah.
Great movie.
Haven't seen that one, which is surprising since it's about a musician, and I like the folk music, almost biopics, and I still need to see that one.
It's got great soundtrack as well. So anyway, Man, He Wasn't There. Oh, it's so good. Billy Bob Thornton in that, black and white. Such a good movie. Anyway, go watch all the Coen Brothers movies. Is what I'm saying. That's my overall recommendation. But in particular, go see or go watch while it's on Prime. Go watch Oh Brother Where Art Thou. All right, that is going to finally do it. That's it.
There we go.
Nicole, I'm glad you're doing good. Thanks for hanging with us today. And go enjoy more History Channel, will you? Get in there. All right.
Bye.
I'll see you later.
Enjoy. Have another slice of Comatoast.
Why can't I? Yeah, Comatoast. That's my favorite thing she said today was Comatoast.
Absolutely, yes.
Next time I'm not feeling very well and I'm just laying on the couch, I'm going to tell my wife that I am comatose.
Comatose.
And she'll probably make toast.
I love it.
All right. That's going to do it for the show. I don't know why.
That's going to do it.
I don't know why it's all Mario all of a sudden, but hey, I want to remind people that the show can't continue without your support. So there's an easy place for you to do it. It's a simple URL to a website, and here it is, patreon.com/TMS. You will go there and find out all the many benefits to being here, including no commercials ever, pre-show content every day, post-show content every day for that matter, art in the mail, couch parties, play dates. It's all listed out. Go check it out. It's at patreon.com/TMS. Brian, let's get out of here. Do you have music?
I've got music. Dave B. wrote in, said, hello, blunt and sharp. I like that. I'm blunt, you're sharp. That sums things up pretty cleverly.
Sure.
February 8th is my 50-second trip around the giant ball of gas in the sky, and I've finally gotten around to making my first request for a long time after many years of listening and about 1,500 episodes.
Let's party!
Happy birthday.
There we go. Have a happy hump day and say hey to Birdum. Signed, Dave.
Oh, Bert. We haven't heard the Birdum.
I haven't had a Birdum in a while.
Nope. Let's have a Birdum now. Hold on. Birdum. How did I spell it? Here it is.
Hi, Birdum.
Yeah.
Perfect.
She's doing okay.
Hope so. All right. So Dave is a big Ghost fan. So any of the covers that they've done, he wants to hear. And I had to look and see which ones I haven't played yet on the show. This one's great. This one came out on the 2013 album Infinitesimum Redux. A redo. This is their cover of Depeche Mode. Here is Ghost with Waiting for the Night.
See you guys tomorrow.
This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com.
I've seen many strange things already.
Oh, Keanu Reeves.
Jeez, some great acting there from Keanu.
Yeah, that Dracula movie. We got to film sack that shit.
No